Welcome back to part 22 of my Stationeers playthrough. So last time we went on a road trip, gathered a huge quantity of resources, which is slowly making its way through the smelters. So whilst that is busy doing that, we are going to get moving on some of the base expansion. So I'm going to drop down here. So we know we need to close this in, so we're going to put some doors in here. And actually made several sets of doors so that we can really expand. I'm just going to close these windows in as well. The idea is to be able to make this area airtight. We're going to want to be doing some welding and some digging, so it makes a lot of sense to have the option to seal this side in, just in case we either cause a decompression or a fire. Right, we need to get the cabling down here, so I'm going to bring that down actually inside. Here. Whoops. There we go, get that into there. As we start to make this look a little bit nicer down here, we can actually start to hide cables in walls. And I'm going to run this vertically straight down the frame of these windows, so you'll never know it's there. Well, you will at the moment, but when we put the inner in, you won't. Let's just drop down now, we don't need to be flying. Right, okay, so let's come around here. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one there and one that way, and then this one we can run along the floor, connect it up to where the doors go. There we go. Right, so that will allow us to power the doors, and also gets us some power into here which we can use. I can actually combine, oops, in theory I can combine these stacks, except I'm too clumsy. There we go. I'm not sure why the road flares are in here, that's something that really feels like we don't need in here. Right, so plastic sheets, okay. Now for the risky bit, welding in here. Okay, so see the temperature's gone flying up. I'm going to shut my suit. I think that would be a really good idea at this point. Where's the glass? There it is. Okay, so we can get the glass in there. There we go. Okay, and then let's connect that cabling. Whoa, 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 this jetpack's far too high power to use in such a small space. I'm going to run this cable along here, because potentially that means we can drop it down the other side as well if we want to quite easily. I'm hoping is to connect that there. There we go. Lovely. Right, okay, that's a big step forward because that's much safer. We do need to finish the hydroponics out there at some point. Right. So we will also obviously close in some of this area as well. I'm going to use this space in here. I think I might use this to build the control room. The thing is with the control room is we actually need probably a layer above or below it, or somewhere nearby, where we can put all of the logic systems, because it gets quite complicated. So I'm thinking that could be quite nice. Actually, this could be a general living area, but we could put the panels, information panels and stuff in here. I'm actually wondering whether we could go down another layer under this and build a server room underneath. It'd be kind of an interesting idea. Probably haven't got enough steel sheets to do that. I should have made 54, not 34. We almost certainly have not got enough. That doesn't have to be huge. Let's give it a go. Right. So the reason I'm going down whoops here is I'm obviously going to need to open this up with another layer of lift shafts. Right, how's this looking? Okay, this is probably okay just to be a single frame high actually. The key thing with this is just creating some space where we can place all of the logic circuits. Doesn't need to be luxurious, it just needs to be functional. So if we're going to drop the lift shaft down there, obviously we'll need to have the exit come through that way. So let's clear this, we'll come down one frame here and then we'll come across, and then this will give us entrance in here. This will be fine actually. Obviously going to seal this in with quite a few frames. This is very much a technical level to be accessed for specific tasks, not a general living area. So bonus mining while I'm in here. Kind of estimating where I think the floor needs to end up, but we'll find out in a minute when I put some frames in. Okay. Where's the exit? That's the left, it's there. So, next thing we'll do, actually, let's just remove that because we're going to bring a lift further down. There we go. It's a pretty good guess actually on where the floor needs to be. So I think for now we'll close this in with frames. I'm not going to seal that one when I get to it because we'll need to actually connect up the lift. Right. Let's start with that and see how we get on. This really is going to superheat the air, so could be fun. A bit of an eye on those temperatures. Hotter than I'd like, but too horrible. Don't think I'll stand on it though. That feels like that's tempting fate. Okay, I'll leave that one. And that's all of the sheets we've got anyway. Right, okay. That's not a bad area. That'll get us started. So let's clear up the rock. You can see what we're working with down here. Quite difficult to clean all this rock off. Right, nearly there. Okay, I wonder if this is going to be big enough, or whether we need to go one frame further across. Okay, so we'll come down there, so that's going to bring us out here. Definitely going to need some lights down here. Okay, I think that's okay. We'll have a small space here and then we'll come through. We're going to close this line here in a wall. And then I think we'll do that. I think that will be enough space. That gives us 9 frames, 3x3. Key thing I'm thinking about is wall space, right? So we'll have 3, 6, 9, because that's where we've got space to mount things. I guess if we need to extend later, we can do that. Okay, that's fine. Happy with that. Oops. Okay. Right, so I'll bring that back up. So we've got a bit of a temperature problem now, but I shall let some heat come into here. Don't want to put too much into the greenhouse, but it's brought this up to 28. I'm just going to nudge that down a bit, so just get a bit cooler in here. Because we are building up heat faster than we're using it. Right, that light can go in there, we have a use for it now. Right, I think we can actually right, we really have got good food stock there. Throw that back in there. Right, okay, so we're going to need more steel sheets. We're actually going to need quite a lot more door units as well. I know there are some in there, but we're going to need some of those, and we're going to need some walls. So various things. Let's start by throwing that in there, and that could go there, it just about fits. No more ice has come through. This needs to be restarted. This is odd, these seem to be turning themselves off. Yeah, I can't get the button to turn on. Don't understand why they're turning off when the save is reloaded. We'll have to fix this up again, won't we? Okay, at least that's moving again. Right, steel sheets. I'm going to put the coal that we've got here in for the solid generator actually. There we go, that's fully loaded and ready to go. Okay. So in the main room we are definitely going to want plenty of consoles. What we're going to do here is we're going to start putting together a bit of a overall base monitoring system, which is the point of digging out that server room type room underneath, because we want space to be able to put quite a bit of logic. Let's go and change this battery before it dies on me. Right, I think that's enough of those anyway, even if that hadn't finished. Right, so what we're going to need now is we're going to want some gas display boards, because we are going to want to be able to display the temperature and pressure in there. What is going on? It's like the logic circuits have gone really laggy. Okay, we're going to need quite a few of these probably, but I'm going to make just a few to get us started. Oops. So I want graph. Right, and we're going to need some walls. Right, I'm actually going to throw them inside because I'm going to put a computer inside there. Actually, maybe I'll build that next. We're going to be doing quite a lot of programming. It doesn't make sense to have to keep coming all the way out to the computer outside each time. Oh, more gold. Right, more copper. Okay, we'll need more glass, I think, as well down there. I know we've got a little bit. Let's use the rest of this silicon for glass. We need it for the consoles and also for any windows, so we'll probably use quite a lot of that. How are we getting on here? How many of these have we got? 2. Okay. Need some more. Right, okay, I'm just going to make some more doors. Right, whoops, we need more iron. Right, okay, didn't quite mean that much, but never mind. Right, one can go in there. The rest can go in here. So at the moment we're obviously just mass producing stuff, but we're going to use this to start to fit things out down the bottom. I haven't quite worked out how I want to lay all these rooms out yet, but certainly what I would like to do is to have some screens in that main room, and we'll maybe just put some other furniture in there and make that more of a just kind of living area, but we definitely want some monitoring equipment, and then we will also want to be able to put what I'm looking for, the programming stuff underneath. I need a speaker kit, that's what I was looking for. We're going to want a bunch of these because we need to be able to relay warning messages. I don't know how many we'll need in total. I think we'll need one in the atrium, certainly one in the control room. We might want one on topside up here somewhere as well, so it's at least 3. And we probably want a flashing light to go with each one, because these are great when you're in a pressurized environment, but if you're looking from out here you're not going to tell, so we want some visual cue to say there is a problem that needs attention. Right, I think that's enough of those for now at least. Right, building up quite a stack of stuff in there, aren't we? I'm going to switch this to make more cable because we're going to use quite a bit of that. Right, 5 more doors. It's not enough, but it'll get us going for now. Right, the other thing I need to think about actually is the ability to get down there if we have a power failure. So I'm going to some ladders put together. We'll have to figure something out from this top deck, and then we go down 3 frames, and then we need to go down another 2 frames, so that's 5 vertical ladders, so probably 7, maybe 7 or 9 ladders in total. It's obviously not our preferred route, but it's quite good to have a bit of a backup just in case. That'll do for now, 7. If we need more, we'll make more. Okay. What I could be doing whilst this was doing that would be get some more hydroponics going, wouldn't it? Since it's all systems go, print as much of everything as we can. We are going to need to start colour coding some of these cables as well, so I'm going to print a couple of different coloured paint cans. We've got obviously the end of a few as well. What did we need for this? Electrum, we could make that. I may upgrade to that in a bit. Right. Some purple for now, that'd be fine. Oops, I'm an idiot. Why did I do that? You might wonder why I've just made red paint when the default colour for cables is red, but the point is if I accidentally paint something the wrong colour, I really want to be able to change it. No, I don't need that much purple. Oh my god, I mean purple's nice, but you know, we don't need that much of it. The other one, there it is. Right, okay. Probably could have just, this might have even been enough what's in these two, but, oh, come on, get in. Right, that's done, that's done, that's done. Okay. I think we'll get in there and see what we can produce now, otherwise we shall be out here printing for a very long time. Before we go in, let's just see whether this has progressed at all. Have we got any ice in here yet? No, we haven't. It's entirely possible that the ice has all melted in the chutes, to be honest, but we shall see. That's doing silver. Can't tell what that one's doing because that's in the way, but there's some iron coming up next that should smelt quite quickly. Let's go see the state of the hoppers. Okay, lots of iron, quite a bit of gold, quite a bit of copper. Still not much silicon. Hopefully that will come right in a bit. Okay. Don't see any ice through the windows, but it is kind of hard to judge. Whatever was in there, I'm certain, will have melted by now. We should probably put a waste gas exhaust on there just to suck the gas out and pipe it through. We could probably use it. However, for now, so there we go, before we starve to death. Right, so the external temperature is still a little warm. I'm going to close that door though, because we're going to be doing quite a bit of work down there, and I would like to just disperse that air a bit. Okay, we'll turn that off for now. We'll turn that off for now, save some power. Start moving stuff down, I guess. Move the biggest things first. Okay. Oops, that was unfortunate. And definitely going to want those. Just a great big heap of stuff at the bottom there. I could load this all up in one go, but it's kind of fun just grabbing something in each hand and throwing it off the balcony, to be honest. It's sort of therapeutic. Right, there's the walls, we will need them. Okay, these gas displays are going to take a while to move, aren't they? Get everything down there, I don't have to keep going up and down again then. I'm sure nothing could go wrong lobbing a computer off a balcony like that. I mean, you know, perfect way to transport them, right? Throw the paint that side so it's slightly less in the way. Almost there. Might even rig up that battery charger down the bottom actually, because there really isn't a satisfactory space for it at the top, but yeah, let's do that. Let's do exactly that. Let's take that and that, throw them down there, and in fact, what's that? That's stairs. I don't think we need them. They can go in there. Locker. Well, I'll take that though. Get down there. Right. Iron wall we don't need. Scrubber, iron sheets. Don't think there's anything else in there we need for now. No, that's fine. Right, okay. I'll shut this just in case we cause a fire. Oh, I should have made 2 more elevators. That was silly. Well, look at that, isn't that beautiful? So let's do the easy bit first. These go up here. Oh. There we go. Right. That's a start. That's going down there. Waste tank's getting a bit full, is it? Right, okay. Those are definitely going down there, and so are those. That's going in there. Logic I/O chips are going down there. Consoles are going in there. Some of those at least are going down there. Right, so these are going right this editor down there. That's going in there. Don't know where we'll need that yet. Those are probably going to go in there. Computer down there. Chip down there. Chip down there. IC down there. In there. Consoles in there. Whoops. Some glass sheets in there because we'll need it for the... Actually, I'm going to need some glass sheets down there, so we'll start with these ones first. There we go. That can go in there. Yeah, I've got a bit of work to do on that bit. That'll do. Right, okay. Close that up. Delicate landing. Right. So let's start with a bit of welding. Do the most dangerous job first. Hope we don't burn the place down. We've just thrown all these resources down here. I'm going to close that one up, even though we will need to open it again later. Oops, I haven't done this side yet, have I? Okay, good. So the rest of these can come, whoops, back up here. And then we can drop down here. Right. So, the elevator comes down there. We're actually going to be putting a wall across here. No, those are not the walls I was looking for. Those are the walls we want to line the rest of it with. I actually want glass walls from there, but never mind. Okay, we'll deal with that in a minute. Right, lighting. We will definitely need a light. I'm going to put it in the middle. I'm going to make it a flat one like that. Okay. Right. So we're going to come in, so we're actually going to put the computer on this side. And I'm going to put it facing backwards onto where that wall's going to go. The reason for that will be slightly more obvious as we get going. Just trying to decide which way around to put this door. I think we'll put it on that side. Right, and then the remainder of these we're going to use roll covers. Right, we haven't quite got the right number here, have we? However, so these roll covers are going to be where we're going to be placing circuits behind them. It's quite a neat way of doing it because we can mount the circuits on the wall. It looks quite tidy, and then we just close the covers down when they are all set up. So as an example, in there, right, okay, well, those are going to be used for that. Those chips need to go there. Okay, those are the wrong walls. Right, we need one of these for programming. And that's going to go on here. I think we'll have enough space, we'll put that there for now. I need to clean up some of the rock on here, otherwise it's firstly ugly, but secondly actually it's quite difficult to see what I'm doing. If I can, maybe I cannot, I may actually have to remove the wall in order to remove this rock. It's being very silly. Yeah, I'm actually going to have to... There's something about this piece that doesn't want to come off for some reason. So I'm going to have to open some of these frames up, I think. Which is unfortunate. There we go. Right, it's better than it was, but it still looks weird. Yeah, I'm going to have to take those top ones out. Right, anyway. So what we will do here, typically, is we will have... This is where we need to start colour coding the circuit, actually. You see, I can't get in to get at that without taking the roll cover off now. Okay, right, we need to... Whoa! Okay, so those are now connected to each other. We can use that one for programming. In fact, just thinking about this, what I really want to do is to connect this only to the logic line of the computer. Can we do that? Maybe. It's actually a little bit fiddly to say the least because of the way around that I've got the computer here. I'm going to have so many ICs in here that
as I demonstrated previously, when you've got a lot, it becomes really difficult to program them. Right, hang on, let's take this off. Switch that back there. So what I'm trying to do is get this set up. Right, okay, I need to sort my tank out on my suit now. Right, that's what I'm trying to do. And then actually I want to very clearly make sure that is not the same colour. Oops. Okay, I think that's probably my cue to leave at this point. At least that's in there. I need to dump my excess carbon dioxide and get into a cooler environment. Wow, that was very hot in there. And it remains very hot out here. Let's close that before it compromises the hab. Okay, let's go and empty this waste tank. I think that's now very much critical. I should have got some water first, but let's try and deal with some of these emergencies, shall we? Right, that's what happens when you're working in a hot environment, I guess. There we go, right. Still no ice has made it through to there. I'm not sure we have any ice left at this point. I might be pleasantly surprised. Is this actually going? Oh yeah, somewhat faster now. I think the silver is obviously very, very slow to smelt. Gradually moving along. Yeah, may not be the best solution for our ice needs, but never mind, it's good enough for now. Right, so I need some ordinary steel walls, and I need 4 of them, possibly more. And I need elevator is not in this one, is it? It's in this one. Whoops. Kit elevator. Okay, let's go and have another try. Grab that cable while we're up here. So temperature in here is 27, which isn't perfect, but it's okay. It's going to climb quite rapidly, I think, once I open that door. 34. Obviously that's the only cooler that we've got, so I don't want to overload it, but at the same time it's the only way of efficiently bringing the temperature down in here, and more to the point in here where it's very hot indeed now. Still 62. Okay, let's attempt. Okay, so that's good. We will need to install the cabling, so let's go and do that first. Actually, let's do that from above. That's got to be the easiest way. We'll go straight through this one here. Right, there we go. Let's clean this up a little bit if I can. The same problems I had on the other bit, but it's a start. Right. I feel this needs to go. Yes, it does need to go one further. Okay, well let's build on here while I'm here. And go down one more. Bosh. We'll set that up just in case we want to go any further. Right, okay. There we go. Now let's clean this up a bit. And I need to also be thinking about where I'm going to put the stairs, and actually I'm thinking that what we might do actually the very best place to put the stairs would probably be here from the bottom, but from this level that's actually not great, is it? We could put them there. Maybe that's the best thing we could do. Oops. Okay, well for now See how it's dynamically renumbered the lift for us. This is now level 0. Oops. There we go, and strangely stacked. Right, there's the next bit. Close those in. Those can go up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to figure out where we're going to bring the power in. I think what we'll do is we'll have maybe an APC on the surface level here. Okay, we're certainly going to want to be able to run cable down there. Oops. Right, so that gives us the power. And this purple network is going to give us both power and data down here. And it's going to connect all the way up there through the roof, and then it will connect to the systems in the control room above. So inside here we will also have the same cable network. So if I place that there for now so that we can see it. Appreciate it's a complete mess in this room at the moment, but we will put consoles on the wall and they will connect to that purple cable, which then is going down to the server room underneath. So that room down there is important because that's obviously where we're going to set everything up. But obviously we've got to get information down there for it to be any use. Right, there we go. Goes with those. Those are going in there. So a bit of an attempt at tidying up a bit. Right, okay, let's close that for a minute. Right, let's weld up that floor. Okay, now we do need some sort of access to get down there if the lift is out. This is probably the only logical way to do it. And actually what that means is we need to cut. Oh, no charge in there. That's annoying. There's a little bit of charge in the drill. Okay, so this here will be an access point. So we will actually go one in there, one in there, and we're going to go through the wall there. Okay, there we go, perfect, exactly the right number of frames, more by luck than judgment. Right, let's, before we weld this, let's just try and cut this a bit further back so that I don't have to open it up this bit as well. That'll do, right. Whoops. Okay, so you can see we're going to seal this right up here. Is that all of it? I think it is. And then that's where we're going to put the ladder. Okay, now if I've done this right, okay, that's enough for this section anyway. This gives us now an emergency way of getting up and down. Logically we need to do the same up to the top level there as well. Although at least if we get into this space we could jetpack it. So it's not quite so bad. Right, those need to go into there. So we are gradually starting to draw this together. So the next task, we're going to need more frames because we need to actually start building some walls in there to hang some consoles on. But we also got to start thinking about how we're actually going to get power down there. So I'm probably going to put an area power controller, which I might even put down the bottom actually, it'll be tidier. Right, what's the temperature in here now? 57, blimey, that's very hot, isn't it? Okay, let's let this do its thing. Wow, it's like a crazy mess of plants again. Right. Oh, I accidentally brought the steel sheets. Whoa, some sort of kids game. pull the wrong piece of corn out and everything collapses. Okay, let's let that do its thing. Let's grab some water. Put that into there. Right, let's throw this back over here or I shall forget. Okay, so it's 41 in here now, 39 in here. I think actually I'm going to shut that. I don't think the plant's going to be too happy if it gets too hot. Still seem to be right at the moment. Okay, so once we get out here, actually the next thing I should do is quickly change that battery. So we need to, I'm going to put in an area power controller. The reason I want to do this is that I want to isolate the control room logic to make it somewhat easier. Otherwise it becomes very difficult to program anything. In any case, we already know we are not going to be able to connect directly to everything we want to, so we're going to be using logic transmitters. So we've already got one attached to the weather machine, but we're going to start connecting them to some of the circuits up the top here in a bit as well. Make a few of them. I'm not sure yet how many I'm going to need. I've got some I/O down there. Maybe we've got enough to get started actually. We probably have. This is the sort of system that we're going to expand as we go. We will need a couple more IC chips though, that's certainly the case. So we'll throw them in there. Obviously, until we've connected some transmitters at the top though, we're not going to have anything to transmit, so I'm going to make some more and start connecting them to a few of the key systems in here. Right, and we also need more steel frames. No, not sheets, frames. Okay, that will do for now. Right, so what I'm going to do here, for example, is I'm going to connect one of these to this line here, which we know is connected to the logic port on the battery, because that's going to allow us to remotely measure the total charge in the battery. So we're going to set that active. Obviously at the moment that's not setting anywhere. We're also going to need a writer to actually write values to that. The downside of these is that we've got storming coming, that you can only write one value with each pair. Right, so we've got a bit of time on that. So you can see we're going to need quite a few. Let's get started with this for now. Okay, let's grab that one. Right, knowing there's a storm coming in means I have to be a bit thoughtful again about what we do next. Right, okay, so we've got the transmitter on there. What I want to do is to put it, where am I going to have to fit that? I'm going to have to probably fit it there. So I'm going to put a writer on there. I'm going to run out of cable, is what's going to happen. Into there. Okay. I don't think we've got anything connected. No, we haven't. So I'm actually going to have to put a reader on here as well. I was hoping we had a reader somewhere by luck that was connected to that, but we don't. So you can see you actually need quite a few chips to make this work, because you need a reader and a writer in some cases. It depends on what your circuit's set up like. I was hoping that there was a convenient reader already sat on that circuit, but there wasn't. Obviously this circuit is already completely isolated from the inside of the hab because it's connected here and it gets its power, comes through here, and it's this side of the transformer. So this is the problem that we're going to have with many circuits. This is just the first example of it. But we'll get this one up and running. I don't think we'll get much more than this done before the storm, but this will be enough to start to see what we're going to do. So what we're going to do, hopefully now we can actually get the station battery. I don't really care which one at this stage. I've just realised actually there's a better solution. Change that from a logic reader to the new logic, or relatively new batch reader. I can actually average the charge across all of them, total the charge across all of them. That would actually be even better. So now the type becomes station battery, the method we use average, and I'm going to take the charge, so we can turn that on. So the average charge is 2.9 million. Okay, and then the input on this becomes that batch reader there, and we turn that on there, we turn that on there, and that's now transmitting that value which we've read, averaged, written into the transmitter and transmitted it. So I can now pick that up internally. I wonder whether we want total or average. I'm going to switch it to average actually for now. The other options, maximum, minimum or average. Yeah, let's have the total charge. Okay, let's do that, turn that off. Right, so we will want similar setups across these atmospheric units here. I want to be able to tell when the filters are running out, for example. I also want to be able to tell the pressure in each of these tanks, but you can see that's going to start to become really quite a lot of chips to read that and mirror it. I'm not going to attempt to put that together when we know we've got a storm coming in. We've got two values we can read from topside now, one from here, which is the charge, and the other is of course the timer for storms, which we can read off the other one, and I'm going to have a quick scamper across and have a look. And that tells me we've got 371 on there. Oh, just go in. Oh, for goodness sake, I'll do it on my way back round. Right, so I want really to make a couple more logic IOs before we, because you can see how many of those we're using, and I want to set up at least one more transmitter. We've got some inside, I think we've got 10 inside as well, but I want to set up at least one more transmitter to monitor the topside hab temperature. In fact, what we ought to do is have some sensors downstairs. Run out of copper. Okay, so this is the last thing I'm going to do before getting inside ahead of the incoming storm. It's all still smelting away, I guess, yeah, slowly but surely. Right, so let's get inside, cancel pressurize. Okay, so the temperature in here is not good, but it's not as bad as it could be. Oops. So let's open that one. Let that equalize a bit. Right, okay, so this one here is obviously connected to this network of power that runs throughout this hab. Somehow I need to try to connect another, in fact I could put it this side of the door, another transmitter to this. Which means an I/O chip somewhere. Potentially we could just pop it in under here to read that temperature. Somewhere else on the network will then need some space for the other systems. I forgot to print more cable. That was very silly. We've got some more cable down the bottom, but it's just annoying. Okay, so it's still, in fact, I think it may even be hotter down there now than before we... Ah, come on, get down there. So this arrangement we've got under here is something we can do a bit of work on, but you can see the countdown is actually working up here. So this is the sort of thing that we're going to replicate, but we're going to do it properly in the control room now. There's the cable. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the main switch there. Might not work, but I'm just thinking if I can then run this through here. It's quite nicely positioned. To connect the two networks together, and obviously once we close up the floor that will be relatively unnoticeable. So I think in here, right, first things first, in here we need to weld up that end. Right, it's really very hot in here now. Obviously we went back this far, not too much further, so just need to be a bit careful at the top there because I'm not completely sure where the edge of the actual hab is. Don't really want a hab breach, and I definitely don't want one in the middle of a storm. But you can start to see this is going to give us a nice big living space in here. Ah. Wait, no, we're okay. Okay, slightly frustratingly we're out of sheets because I really quite wanted to get some walls built. However, this room is actually enormous, so I think we might put a control room on this side. I don't think we need this full. So maybe we'll build an inner wall across here. Which actually means I've got to go miles back this way to find the back, but okay, getting through my waste tank again very quickly, and that's as last time because I'm operating in very hot conditions. So what I'm thinking is that we will run far enough back. I'm just going to cut this away enough to be able to put the frames in. I don't even know how many frames I've got left here, or 15, more than enough. So we'll close that in there, and then here we'll probably do the same along the back. I say more than enough, not quite enough actually. Okay. So we'll still need a substantial amount of steel sheets to close this in, but in theory what we'll have will be a control room this side, so I'll probably put a door, maybe not there, maybe I'll put it here so we walk slightly in. Another door will come into this side here, and then on this side here we can have a bank of screens, maybe right in front of us, or maybe I think we might put them on this wall because then you can see them through the windows there. That's quite useful. So we'll do that. Those screens are going to be connected up to this purple cable here. So we could sort of connect something, but not very well. However, in terms of getting the data to those screens, we're going to rig up a bunch of electronics. And that's all going to happen down underneath. It's going to be where we're going to put the magic. Okay, we're actually going to have to go topside and sort out some boring logistics again in a minute, but for now, right, that's not, of course it's not connected because I didn't throw the switch, did I, above? That was a bit daft because actually that would have saved me a whole load of work. Right, let's put that in there for now. Okay, so what we can do over here is we can have a bank of, okay, I've actually got to pull the covers off and then put them on afterwards. Oops, dropped the wrong one. So we can have a bank of these here, and if I flip them around the right way, like that. I'm not sure the roll cover will go over those actually. Oops, that was definitely not the right button to press. No, it won't. Okay, well, that's fine. So we'll just have those onto the wall there. Oh, that's definitely not right. That's better. Okay, so we need one more for there. Right. I left all the cable up above. That was even more daft than the last daft thing I did. However, what we'll then do is we'll have the readers that we need here to pull information from them. I guess if we lay them out exactly the same, it makes it a bit easier. And then we'll put the IC chips in here. Unfortunately, I have to do something slightly different with the cabling, but that'll be okay. On the plus side, we can rack them in like that, which is neater. Okay, so some cabling to deal with in here. Right, I've now got a bit of a problem I'm going to have to go and deal with, frustratingly. The high external temperature has completely messed me up. Right, so I can vent the waste tank. I think I'll do it in here, to be fair. At least get some benefit for the plants. Wow, look what that did to the external temperature. Just for a second at least, it absolutely shot up. Okay, I'm on 1% battery as well. However, potentially can fix that problem. Leave that open for a minute. That can go in there. That can go in there. Right. Yeah, I think we need to come out of here now. Okay, that's not great, is it? Didn't quite die though, so, you know, all's well that ends well. We have definitely got a temperature problem in the area that I've been welding. He doesn't sound very well now. Let's get this battery changed. Okay, I'm going to have to try and find a trader that I can buy some medical pills from, just because it's going to drive me mad listening to him making that ridiculous noise all the time. Yeah, lots of paint traders, but I'm not really interested in paint right now. I'm more in the market for some urgent medical attention, really. I'm not sure what that's locked onto now. Right, come on, that's a junk signal. This may take a little while. I hope the astronaut's breathing is not driving you as mad as it's driving me. I don't think it's possible to actually, Organicon or Chem Lab, they both look hopeful, don't they? I don't think it's actually possible to make the medical pill, although I'm going to look it up because I'm going slowly insane. Right, okay, we need phenoxytone, which I don't think we can even make yet, and certainly cobalt, which we don't have. No idea, I've never even heard of phenoxytone. Oh look, there it is. How do we make that? Oh, we make it from a fern. Oh, okay, okay. Perhaps we could do this after all. I assume I make it in the chemical processor. Gas trade. At one point I would have quite wanted that, but now is probably not the time. Although perhaps we'll cool them down anyway. We don't have any cobalt anyway, so we will need some of that. Although there is some somewhere quite near. Right. Let's buy that nitrogen. We've got the money. Yeah, we're good for money. And then you can go and oh, that's overpressure, so that's going to potentially explode. So that needs to immediately be got into here. Come on. This is actually going to blow up in my hand. No! Oh! Well, that was a huge waste of money, wasn't it? I would not have got that in the machine fast enough, and then it would have blown up in there. Wow. That should be illegal, I'll be honest, selling overpressure containers. Okay, well, we just wasted a bunch of our money. Don't do that again. Live and learn. It was a nice explosion, and at least it didn't actually blow anything up. I thought for one horrible moment it was going to hit the gas tanks. Then we'd have had a real problem. I think I'd have ended the episode at that point, and we'd have had another episode called Fixing Stuff That Goes Wrong When You Buy Explosives that are not labelled as explosives. Come on, organic on, you look hopeful. Yeah, I don't want any more damn paint. Go away with your paint traders. Okay, so assuming that I can get some phenoxytone, and I have no idea whether I can, does it say where I make this medical pill? Chemistry station. Okay, we don't have one of them, but I could make one. Which signals are locked onto? Can't even see. Oh, it's got stuck again. Right, okay, this feels like this is a bit of a fool's errand waiting for that to finish, so I'm going to go and see if I can find. There was some cobalt not too far from the base. I'm just going to figure out where. It's one of the things I haven't bothered mining yet because I haven't needed. This is not good. I'm now in danger of passing out. And I'm not even sure why or what I can do about it. Okay, this is bad. Oh, and there we go. I have in fact passed out. Clearly my lungs are too damaged to work. So there we go. At least I crash landed somewhere near base. My consciousness is not getting any better. It's at 200% unconscious. I think we're not coming back from that. So sadly, we're going to have to give up and respawn. But that was a pretty good run, I guess. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to just pick up my equipment, and then we're going to call it a day for this mission on this episode. So let's respawn. Where am I? Okay, so the good news is I'm right near my body. Let's grab my foot. and change into these. There we go. And you can have these attractive okay, rest in peace. Doesn't look the most comfy angle, to be fair. That's not really resting in peace, is it? Let's no. Okay, well, that definitely looks worse, I'll be honest. He really looks quite unwell. Okay, well, there we go. So what we learnt today was don't breathe in lots of hot gas for an extended period of time, you will die. So that's it for this episode of my Stationeers playthrough. So first death, I think we're probably somewhere around 30 hours in though, so I suppose it's not so bad. So next time I'm going to continue building out the control room and the hab, and we'll hopefully get that up and running, but we're not going to manage that in another sort of 20 minutes or so, and we're already at over an hour and a half. So I think this is definitely part one of a two-parter building a alert system for the base. So I hope you will join me next time, and we'll try to get that finished.